Well, what's the crack? So, this is going to be a bit of a silly video to some of you, but it's kind of for people who want to present or get into presenting on radio or television. Now, I know I haven't technically made it in telly. I don't have a great job in RTE or something like that, but I've done a little bit. So I just thought I'd give real quick 5 tips on how to at least get started, because that's where I am now, just starting out. So, here we go. After you leave cert, get into a course that has something to do with media. I did public relations and media in Carlow. Got to do a lot of studio work, and my lecturer Irene McCormack was fucking amazing. She was a director in RTE. So with Carlow, unfortunately, there was no work experience. Colleges like Ballyfermot and things like that are really hands-on, and they're great. Everybody I've talked to has said they're fucking amazing. Something so simple as how to wrap a wire without breaking it. A guy who owned a studio told me that some lad came in and hadn't done any experience, and he wrapped the wire wrong, broke it, and the whole day was ruined because they couldn't shoot. Something so simple and silly as that. So if you can go to Ballyfermot, I think it's a bit expensive, but it's fucking definitely worth it. Because our college didn't have any work experience, I emailed TV3 and did exactly what Irene told me to do, which is tell them you fucking make tea. And they said, yeah, cool. So I got in and I was stocking shelves, which is fucking great. But I got to work with some of the editing software and things like that, so it's something you can put down on your CV, even though you probably didn't do a lot with it. So number 4, once you get into the building, get into as many departments as you can. I started off stocking the shelves, but I then worked on Ireland AM and Vincent Brown and in the fucking library, in the basement and everything. So I got to work everywhere and kind of meet a lot of people and do a lot of stuff and look through the archives and things like that. So if you can get your fucking foot in the door, once you're in there, you can work your way into a load of little places. So once you're in there and you're surrounded by people that are already in the fucking industry, listen. I earwigged to like everybody. I just small things like how the presenters conducted themselves off air, on air, talking to guests, talking to the crew, trying to get a guest to cry. Like just how they talk. The people that they were on camera were not really the same as the people they were in real life. Like they weren't being fake, they were just being kind of a over-exaggerated version of themselves. I was told repeatedly, like, don't try and be someone else because you'll get caught out really fucking quick if you're trying to pretend to be the funny guy or the dickhead or whatever like that. So number 3, making a show reel. Get yourself a fucking camera. It doesn't have to be a fucking expensive one, just something. Set up a YouTube account and start making videos. Vlog. I started off fucking vlogging. They're the most boringest videos excuse me, they're the most boringest videos I've ever seen in my life. It's me with the fucking camera under my nose talking shite about stuff that might be funny if you viewed it by itself, but I'm constantly like talking over it and shit like that. But shut up, Luke, and play the fucking clip. So it's just kind of ironing out those kinks or those little things that wouldn't be good for you on camera, like staring at the camera, keeping fucking eye contact. Something so simple as that. It's quite difficult to do if you've no experience in front of a camera. You can't just kind of jump into it. Or I'm sure you can, but I couldn't. And the show reel would have to contain different types of footage, like you interviewing someone, you interviewing other people on the streets, doing pieces straight to camera, doing pieces with you behind the camera. You just have to have variation. So the producers can say, okay, if we put him in a room with a band, he can control the interview with other people that might want to control the interview themselves, because bands tend to have that one lead singer that's like really fucking energetic and stuff, and he might try and control the interview. So you have to try and steer it without looking like you're steering it. Something so simple as that. And fucking tailor make it to whoever you're sending it to. So if you're sending it to an entertainment company, make it entertaining. If you're sending it to a news, make it kind of serious. But don't just couple it all together and throw it at fucking any producer. Which brings us to number 2, emailing places. Don't clog the fucking inbox of every production company, but find an email address on IFTN. They have some of the producers' names. Email them your show reel. And even if you don't get through to the right people, it's happened to me twice now where I've gotten through to the wrong person, but they forwarded it on to the right people and I've gotten jobs out of it. So don't necessarily give up if you get nothing back. I mean, I think I've been emailing RTE for about a year now and I finally got a fucking reply last week. So I was fucking waiting a year to get a reply. It could be quicker for you, it could be slower. A big thing as well, if you're trying to get into this industry, don't be expecting to get fucking paid loads of money, because you're not. People like Ryan Tuberty, Pat Kenny, all those people that get paid hundreds of thousands, they've been at this fucking years. You're not going to be earning anything. But personally, I don't think I'm going to be earning anything for another 2-3 years maybe. I won't be comfortable at all. If this does work out, when your volume of work increases and you do bigger and better things, then you might get paid a bit more, but Jesus Christ, not at the start. Unless you're really, really fucking great and lucky, which bastard if you are. Which brings us to the final point. Keep fucking at it. Don't stop because you don't get a reply from someone or you get a shit response from someone. I remember when I was starting off, someone told me, who do you think you are? You have a very high opinion of yourself. Because Ireland is quite small, I think we kind of not look down on presenters, but we're like, what's he doing on the telly, the fucking idiot. You know, it's, if you were in Britain or America, it's so much bigger, they just give you more time of day. But the Irish, we like taking a piss out of ourselves, so kind of have a bit of a tough skin. I've been told loads of times, you know, it's too early for you, or you're too young, you're too old, shit, you fucking touch your face a lot, loads of shit. So be fucking nice to people, don't be a dickhead. I've met a handful of dickheads in my time. I sound like a fucking dickhead myself, and everybody talks behind their back and they say, you're a fucking dickhead, you know, and then he comes in the door, hey, how are you? It's a really shit way to be, I think. It'd rather be the guy that people want to work with instead of have to work with. And network the fuck out of people, get in contact with people that are already still in the fucking industry, because they're nice enough. And they probably know your cousin. We're in fucking Ireland. It's a tiny country. So, I'm sorry if I sound like a complete fucking dick. I know I haven't made it, but I'm somewhere. I'm on telly and radio, I suppose, so I don't know, I just thought it might be helpful for you guys to hear my words of wisdom. God, I sound like a dick, don't I? Anyway, I was a bit bored till I make it, so I hope I've helped some of you out, and I'll see you next time and good luck.